Use this regardless of if you treat elderly patients, athletes, or just people that are overworked. This point is going to change the lives of your patients. And if, like me, you work more hours than you should, start using this point on yourself with Moxa, and I guarantee that you will also see the difference. Hi and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be talking about a technique that I use to give energy to the patient. This can be used for an elderly patient that is not strong enough to get up from the couch and is starting to not be strong enough to do his daily life. This can be used for people who are just very tired from work and need a boost in energy, and this can even be used for athletes that need a boost of energy for a sporting event in the next day, or even during a sporting event. If you treat athletes and you're part of the medical team of a sports team, you can even do this technique to the athlete during a break of a game to increase the energy, and I guarantee you that you will see amazing results. And the first thing that I want to talk about for this technique is the point 3307 or Huo Fu Hai. This is very famously the only point that Master Tung used with Moxa. And this is one of my favorite points to give energy to the patient. If you'd like to learn more about the techniques that I talk about in my videos, check out the courses I have available. I have courses in Portuguese and in English, so check them out in the links below. In these courses I teach the balanced method to treat pain. This is a technique where you get instant relief in most pain cases, so if you want to learn about it, check them out. The location of this point is discussed amongst different authors. Most authors locate this point, as you can see here, 3.5 Tsun distal to large intestine 11. So along the large intestine channel, 3.5 Tsun distal to large intestine 11. Doctor Who locates this point 2.5 Tsun distal to large intestine 11, so 1 Tsun closer to the elbow than most other authors. Usually what I do is I palpate both points, and in this situation I'm not looking for ashi, I'm looking to find a depression around the point, because I'm not looking specifically for stagnation, which is what you're feeling when you palpate for ashi points. I'm looking for deficiency. Where do I need to give energy to? So I will palpate both locations and look for a depression that my finger falls in, and that's the point that I will use. You can use this point with a needle, but for this purpose I usually only use Moxa. If I'm treating an elderly patient or an athlete, maybe I will have needles in other points according to my diagnosis and to what that patient needs. But for this boost of energy, I'll generally just use Moxa on this point, and I will add the point stomach 36, which is, in classical TCM, the point that's great to boost the energy when you use it with Moxa. And if you think about the location of the points, they are mirror images of each other. You have on the yang ming of the hand, right below the elbow, 3307, and you have on the yang ming of the leg, just below the knee, stomach 36. So I think that these points are basically the same point, one on the arm and another on the leg, so I'll usually use them both together. Let's just analyze 3307 a little bit more. As I said, the location of the point is discussed between 2.5 or 3.5 Tsun distal to large intestine 11. The shunjing of this point, we have a combination of two channels, the heart and the lung. So now we can start to see why this point is so good to tonify and to give energy to the patient. The point is located on the yang ming. As we know, the yang ming is a very important channel for the absorption of nutrients and also for the digestion. But if we look at the Shenjing, we have the heart, which is mainly responsible for the blood, and we have the lung, which is mainly responsible for the qi. So when using this point, we are combining the nutrition with the blood and with the qi. So it's an amazing point to give energy to the patient. If we look at the classical indications of this point, it can be used to treat anemia, tiredness, lack of energy. It also has other indications such as Ganmao, so it can act on flu-like symptoms. It can be used for tiredness in the eyes and also for cough and vertigo. But the main indication for this point, at least for me, is tiredness, fatigue and lack of energy. As I said, you can use this point with a needle. You can do needle plus Moxa. Most of the times I will use only Moxa. And you can use just the regular Moxa stick, but in my opinion, the best way to tonify using Moxa is using Chinetesukyu or the Moxa cones. And for Chinetesukyu you use loose Moxa cotton. For it we need green Moxa like this, and what we will do is we will make small cones with more or less the diameter of a 2-cent coin. If you're not European and you're not familiar with European money, I'm sorry I can't help you. Just Google it and see what's the diameter of a 2-cent coin, because I don't know it by heart. But what we will do is we will take more or less the size of a bean in Moxa and we will roll it. When we get this, we will press it. You can do it either on your hand or against the hard surface. The cone will end up looking something like this. And usually what I do is I'll have a bowl of water. I will dab a drop of it and I will wet the patient's skin in the area of the point, just slightly and enough for the Moxa cone to stick. Then, using an incense stick, we just light the Moxa and let it burn. If we want to do tonification, we will let it burn at the maximum to the half height of the cone. But there's a caveat. The moment the patient starts feeling heat, we will take the cone off. So we can do it either to 50% of the burn or until the patient feels the first sense of heat. Whichever happens first, we will then remove the Moxa cone. Usually I will do 3 cones on each point, or if when I'm palpating I feel that the depression is no longer there, I will stop when I feel that the tissue is balanced, but it's usually around 3 cones per point. I hope this video was helpful to you. If you want to learn more about the specific technique of Moxa that I showed in this video, let me know in the comments, and I hope that you start using this point for cases of tired patients, that need energy, and I hope that you'll start to use this point in combination with stomach 36 for patients that need energy, patients that are tired, patients that have a lot of fatigue, because I guarantee you that you will see a huge improvement right at the time of the treatment. So use this regardless of if you treat elderly patients, athletes, or just people that are overworked. This point is going to change the lives of your patients. And if, like me, you work more hours than you should, start using this point on yourself with Moxa, and I guarantee that you will also see the difference. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and share this video with anyone that might benefit from it, and I'll see you in the next one.